Our Moorhead Spuds host the Flyers of Little Falls High School and the Cardinals of Alexandria High School. Before we begin with Moorhead and Little Falls, if everybody would please rise and direct your attention toward the west wall of the Moorhead Spud Gymnasium as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Moorhead High School on Spuds TV, where we have a triangular schedule tonight on a cold and windy day with the snow blowing, but it's warm inside and we're ready to roll. Wrestling starts off at 106 pounds. The first duel of the night is going to be Moorhead High School facing Little Falls Flyers. So the Spuds versus the Flyers, 106-pound weight class. Dane Ellingson facing off against Kobe Cameron. A couple of 7th graders going at it out here on the mat. Cameron's got the single. He snuck back around. Points have not been awarded yet. All right, there's the 2 for Cameron. So 2-0 Little Falls. Cameron working a half Nelson. He's got that far wrist locked under. Loses control of the head, but Ellensburg pops up. Cameron able to return him back down to the mat. Nice mat return. Cameron looking for the crossface cradle here. Looks like he's got it locked up. He's got him on his back. He's met criteria here for near fall. 3 points awarded to Cameron. Cameron ahead now, 5-0. 35 seconds remain in the first period of this match. Cameron going back to that crossface again. Ellensburg's got hold of Cameron's left wrist there. It's stopping him from coming across. Nope, he's back at it again, working it. He's trying to lock it up. Look like he's got a suicide. Tried the suicide roll on it, but Ellensburg was able to break free from it. Nice job by him. Back to the crossface again on the opposite side. That ends the period, 5-0. Kobe Cameron of Little Falls ahead. official, Grant Maring, trying to remember who's got choice. Looks like Spuds have odds today. They had first choice. They deferred. And Cameron of Little Falls selects the neutral position to begin the second period. Again, 5-0. Ellingsburg leading, or excuse me, Cameron leading Ellingsburg. Tonight's officials are, as I said earlier, Grant Maring, who's currently on the varsity mat. Second official is Tim Curran, both Fargo-Moorhead area officials. They'll rotate back and forth as these duels proceed and as JV proceeds as well. Excellent takedown there by Cameron, securing the 2. And he goes right back to that crossface on the left side. He's looking to work a butcher, and now he's switched over to the cradle. He's got it locked up, efforting. Tries a suicide. It does not work out for him. Fortuitous luck here for Ellensburg. Gets the 2 reversal. Now he's working on near fall. Looks like he's secured 2 at least. And that looks like he's got 3. Nothing awarded yet. All right, there's the 3 near fall awarded. 7-5, but Cameron has a nice little reversal to get back on top. 9-5, Cameron. He's back to that crossface. Working a butcher. Excellent job by Ellensburg getting out of that. That thing gets tight. It's a very difficult move to get out of. Cameron doing a great job making sure he's got hip pressure down so Ellensburg doesn't have a chance to get his hips back up. And that ends the third period. Cameron leading 9-5. We've got a neutral choice by Ellensburg. So we're back on our feet again. It is a rarity that we see 2 periods started with both men on their feet. Typically, you want to take that down position, see if you can't get that escape and just add 1 easy point on. But Ellensburg elects to start on his feet. He had been ridden for most of the first and second period, so I understand that decision. Both wrestlers working the wrists. Cameron's got a tight lock on his wrist there. Nope. Nice little takedown by Cameron there. He had the wrist, pulled the head down, spun right back behind. He's got that crossface locked up again, and another cradle, another crossface. Near fall coming. He's got the 3 points secured. Big thing here is just trying to get the knee, the bottom knee in the side, and then the top knee, or excuse me, top leg, flattening out Ellenberg's leg, and he did that, but in the process, Ellensburg had an opportunity to break the wrists, roll out. We are currently at a score of 14-9 after the takedown and the near fall, so he has 45 seconds left. He's got the major in hand. Of course, 3 points for a decision for the team, 4 points for a major, 5 points for a technical fall, and 6 for a fall. So he's sitting on a 4-point start if he's able to maintain. Got an 8-point lead right now. Potentially dangerous call by Grant Maring, the official. We'll start back down on the mat. Right to the ankle, excellent move, right off the bat. Big thing when you're on top or on bottom is to have your first move decided and then chain wrestle after that, and he got a hold of that ankle and broke him down right away. Ellingsburg working hard. He's getting his hips up. That's really important when you're down in the bottom position. Get your hips up, try to get some hip separation and get away. A lot of pressure forward, though, by Cameron, so it's tough for Ellensburg to get his head off the mat. And that ends the match. 14-6, a major secured. 4 points for Little Falls. Kobe Cameron defeats Dane Ellingsburg of Moorhead High. Next up, 113-pound weight class. Nikolai Smith coming out of the mat for the Spuds to face Mason Roush of Little Falls. Little Falls out to an early lead up the 106-pound weight class, 4-0 after a major decision by Kobe Cameron. Nice shot in there by Roush. He's got the single, trying to turn the corner, and he does. Work of the angles, excellent job. He's got near fall. Looks like he's got a head and arm. View's kind of obstructed. 2 near fall awarded to Roush. 4-0 is the score. Got 1:05 left in the first period. He's got a cradle locked up. Near fall being counted again. He's got 2 near fall. And there's the fall for Mason Roush of Little Falls. So after 113-pound weight class, Little Falls is up 10-0 over the Moorhead Spuds. Next up, the 120-pound weight class. Lee Ellingsburg of the Moorhead Spuds is on the mat for 120-pound weight class, and Austin Litke for Little Falls. Litke in on the shot. Ellingsburg working that whizzer. Litke's able to get free of that whizzer. Nice little sweep trip for the 2-point takedown. Looks like Little Falls is going to be working a lot of cross faces here, whether it's the butcher or the cradle, because we got another one going on right now here with Litke getting near fall again in a cradle position. And there's the fall. Austin Litke, 47 seconds into the first period, secures the fall for Little Falls. 16-0. Little Falls after 120-pound weight class. Next up is 126 pounds. Little change up in the original lineup here. Evan Fankhandel is coming out at 126. He was slated to do that, but he's going to wrestle Bo Robinson of Little Falls, who was scheduled to, they have him slated at 132. He obviously bumped up to get 132, but he's going to go at 126 today. Nice shot by Fankhandel. He's in on the single. He's got it up, trying to shelf it. He's elbow deep on it. Great position. Nice little backward trip. Secures the 2-point takedown. So Fankhandel is up 2-0 on Bo Robinson of Little Falls. He's got the leg in. The official is indicating that he has not met near fall criteria, 90 degrees. And there's near fall met. And the 5 count, so he's got 3 points locked up. Finkhandel allows Robinson to roll through. And Finkhandel now up 5-0 with 45 seconds remaining in the first period. Finkhandel going to the cradle himself. A lot of cradles so far in four weight classes here. I like to see that. That was a go-to for me back when I wrestled. It's probably important to me to indicate who I am doing the announcing, since I forgot to do that at the start. My name is Corey Herlichsen, fellow wrestler, originally from Grand Forks, North Dakota, and wrestling official here in the FM area. Finkhandel's got that arm, the left arm of Robinson underneath. He's trying to work a tilt. As time expires, unable to do anything with it. Little Falls has first choice. They choose to defer. Seen a theme here. Finkhandel decides to start out on his feet in the neutral position. Finkhandel up 5-0 at the beginning of the second period. Two-point takedown for Finkhandel at the end of the mat. Excellent double leg. Tough to fight that one off when you get that forehead in the stomach and you get those knees wrapped up. All right, Finkhandel starts out with the optional start. Allows Robinson to escape, so we're at 7-1 right now. Finkhandel in on another double. Whizzer doesn't work out. Secures another takedown for 2, 9-1. With 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the second period. Finkhandel trying to work on that arm. He's got the left wrist of Robinson, trying to work it between the legs, looking for another tilt. Same position we ended the first period in. Wrestling on the side of the mat. The official, Grant Marion, calls him out of bounds, so we'll center it back up with Robinson on the bottom and Finkhandel on top. All right, Finkhandel elects to allow him to begin in the neutral position. 1 point awarded to Robinson. The score is 9-2 with 40 seconds remaining. Robinson in on a shot. Finkhandel fights it off with a nice sprawl and gets the 2-point takedown himself. Back to the wrist again. Wrist control, very important when you're underneath. You're trying to get away, gain separation, and Finkhandel's doing a fantastic job of securing the wrist, so Robinson is unable to do anything in regard to getting Finkhandel's wrists and try to get some space. All right, we end the second period with the score 11-2, Finkhandel of the Spuds over Robinson of Little Falls. Robinson of Little Falls chooses to take the top position. That makes sense. He's down 9 points, and he hasn't had much of a opportunity to escape. With Finkhandel doing such a great job with riding, he feels like he's got a better opportunity to score points from the top position. We'll see what Finkhandel can do to get out here. The return attempted by Robinson, and a reversal by Finkhandel. Finkhandel's got a major decision right now. If he maintains the point. Working on a crossface. Robinson getting a hold of Finkhanel's wrist, just trying to stop him from that crossface. Try to gain some control rather than he being controlled. Finkhanel looks like he's going to let him go. We'll go back to their feet here. 1 point awarded by the official as they go out of bounds. It is 13-3 right now. Finkhanel of the Spuds over Robinson of Little Falls. Minute remaining in the third period. Another single warning for stalling against Robinson of Little Falls. Official doesn't think he's seeing enough action of Robinson on his feet. Finkhanel has been the aggressor for most of the match on the feet. In fact, the whole match. There's another shot by Finkhanel. Whizzer in by Robinson. He's got it tight, so he's fighting it off great. All right, great job by Robinson to fight that off, get back to his feet in the neutral position. As they go out of bounds, 37 seconds remaining with Finkhanel leading by 10, 13-3. Another double leg by Finkhanel. Is he able to get it? Another whizzer thrown in by Robinson as they go off the mat. So they're back in the neutral position again. 28 seconds remain. Another shot by Finkhanel. Stalling call by the official. 1 point awarded to Finkhanel. That was the second stalling call. First one is a warning. Second one is a point. Two seconds remaining as they go out of bounds. Looks like Finkhanel's got this one locked up and something weird happens. He's going to walk away with the major, get 4 points for the Moorhead Spuds, and that puts the score at 16-4. If I remember correctly, it's 70 events, which is astounding if you think about this. A couple years ago, not many schools were streaming anything, and one of the good things we've taken out of this COVID-19 situation is we've gone to a lot of streaming. People aren't able to be here, and the high schools have decided to think outside of the normal box and bring you live streaming on Spuds.tv, on YouTube, on the Spuds TV channel. So we're excited for that. We're glad you tuned in. Hopefully you're in a better climate than we're in right now. It's about 8 degrees outside. Hope some of you are watching from Key West or something like that where it's warmer. Excellent, excellent return to the mat. 2 points for the Spuds. Arzeen Shaheenan with an excellent takedown. Brought his hips to the party on that one. Little Falls escapes, gets the 1 point escape. So we're 2-1 with about 55 seconds left in the first period. Another shot by Shaheenan. Excellent takedown straight to the back. 2 points, 4-1. And 2 point near fall awarded with an escape. We're sitting at 6-2 with 30 seconds left in the first period. Shaheen is up. Doing a great job on his feet. He's got a single again. Two points for Little Falls. Shaheen was able to get off his back without giving up any near fall at all. So it's 6-4 at the end of the first period. or will start in the neutral position. Apologize for those Little Falls viewers and even those of your Spuds fans. I did not get the name of the wrestler from Little Falls. On the roster sheet, we've got Bryce Udy, but I'm not too sure if it's him out there because I didn't catch the name. Both wrestlers jockeying for position on their feet here in the second period. Shaheen goes with the lateral. Thought he had it secured, but no points were awarded for control, so we're on our feet, 6-4 still. Shaheen working the three-quarter Nelson. No one in control. Nice sprawl by Shaheen. As they go off the mat, 6-4, 40 seconds in the second period remaining with Arzeen Shaheen in the lead. Stalemate call by the official, Grant Merring. Wants to see a little action. They were locked on each other's wrists and nothing was going on at all. So start over in the center and see if we can't get some action. Into the second period, score still 6-4. Spuds ahead. Neutral position chosen by Little Falls. Shot attempt by Little Falls by Bryce Udy. Shaheen did a great job defending that. Shaheen working on the Russian right now, Russian tie. Another shot attempt by Udy of Little Falls, or Udy of Little Falls, excuse me. Shaheen defends it well again with a nice sprawl. Working back on the Russian is Shaheen. Time running down for Udy of Little Falls. He's down 2. There's a minute left. Shaheen's got the over-under. Trying to work a little leverage, get his hips in there, but Udy does a good job of backing out of that position. Trying for a single on the right leg. Didn't get terribly deep on it. .30 seconds remaining in the third period with Shaheen leading 6-4. Another shot attempt. Out there's the over-under again, looking for a lateral. He's got the body lock on. Excellent body lock right to the back. Near fall being counted. 11 seconds on the clock. Looking for that fall right now. It's only going to be 3 points unless a fall occurs here. 3 points awarded for near fall, 11-4. Shaheen misses the major by just 1 point. Score at the end, 132-pound weight class. Spuds 6, Little Falls Flyers 16. Next up, 138 pounds. All right, I stand corrected. Bryce Udy was not on the mat at 132. He is at 138. Will Borrud on the mat for the Spuds. Bryce Udy for Little Falls. Borrud in on the single. He's got a good lock around the ankle. Nice whizzer being put in by Udy. All right, Borrud tries to get up with the leg, but Udy battles him back down to the ground. Really cranking on that whizzer. A lot of pressure on the back of Borrud's head, trying to keep that head down. Stalemate called by the official. We'll center it back up with 55 seconds remaining in the first period. Will Borrud giving a little bit of experience away here. He's an 8th grader and Udy is an 11th grader. Big task for Borrud. Not having as much varsity experience on the mat. Nonetheless, he's up to the challenge, and he's in on the single. Nice single. Got pretty deep on that one, but Udy again with the whizzer in, fending off that single. Borrud trying to bring it back up again. He's got the ankle, no whizzer on. Udy's got pressure on Borrud's head, keeping him down again, repeating what we saw earlier in the period as the clock ticks out here in the first. We end the first period 0-0. Udy given choice. He defers his choice to Borrud of the Spuds. Borrud's choice is to go on his feet. It looks like the Spuds are going to try being on their feet to start these periods here. It's been a theme so far in the weight classes we've seen. Kind of like that call sometimes. Force your wrestler to win a match on his feet, be aggressive. A lot of hand fighting going on. Udy's had a hold of Borrud's left leg and was trying to spin around, but Borrud did a good job of keeping his feet moving. All right, Borrud's back in on a single on the left leg of Udy, but Udy again with the great whizzer. Nice little submarine by Udy. He gets the 2 points and he's getting near fall, and there's the fall. Bryce Udy of Little Falls defends a takedown or a single leg with the submarine straight to Borrud's back and secures the fall in the second period. Score of the duel right now is Little Falls 22, Moorhead High 7. £145 weight class. Now on the mat. Waiting for the PA announcer to give me the names of the wrestlers on the mat. We've currently got it slated for Ian Moeller of the Spuds versus Calvin Sherwood of Little Falls, so we're going to go with that until I hear otherwise. Spuds secure a 2-point takedown. Looking to work him to his back. The half Nelson. No near fall counts yet. No near fall in that situation, so we sit at a score of 2-0 with 1 minute remaining. Another half Nelson being applied. Moeller with the legs in. Trying to turn him. Looks like he's got a cradle locked up on the far side. I can't tell 100% because of the position that they're in. Moeller with the legs in still. Legs are free. Looks like Sherwood's gotten them free here. Yep, that cradle is locked up. 90 degrees, official indicates, so no near full criteria met. As the wrestlers return back to a normal position. Moeller still working on that cradle from the top position. Little Falls wrestler Calvin Sherwood not able to do much there at all as far as getting away in the first period with the excellent riding of the Spuds Moeller. Little Falls chooses the top position to begin the second period. Score 2-0. Spuds leading. All right, looking for a crossface cradle or a butcher here. It's got that right tricep of Moeller's really locked up tight. He's got the cradle, got free. He's got it locked up right now, does Sherwood of Little Falls. Wrestlers roll through, and now they're rolling their back again. And there's a fall. Little Falls secures the fall with 1:18 remaining on the clock in the second period to go up 28-7 over the Spuds in this duel. Halfway through, moving on to 152 pounds. All right, corrected again. Ian Moeller was not the wrestler who was pinned in the last match. Ian Moeller has bumped up to 152 to face Hank LeClaire of Little Falls. 1:30 remaining in the first period here, no score. Moeller tries to go for the double leg. Fought off well by LeClaire. Excellent action by both wrestlers there. LeClaire had a really good sprawl, but Moeller was not giving up on it. Continued moving forward and then cut the angle to his left to secure the 2-point takedown with 1 minute remaining in the first. Moeller's got the crossface cradle locked up, but LeClaire frees the hands and is able to escape. 1 point awarded for that escape to LeClaire. 2-1. Moeller is ahead. Moeller's got LeClaire's chin on a front headlock, just under the chin and over top of the left arm. But LeClaire decides to go in on a single, while Moeller does his best to get away with the nice sprawl. Now Moeller's in on the single leg, and LeClaire sprawling. Time running down, 8 seconds on the clock. Both wrestlers putting out excellent effort here in the first period. Well, we on the first period, 2-1. Ian Moeller leading Hank LeClaire. Little Falls decides to defer choice. Choice given to Moorhead, and they choose to go on their feet as they've done several times already in this duel. LeClaire with the shot, single leg on the left leg, right behind the knee. He's got the knee, he's gonna try to dump Moeller on his hip and work out, but Moeller's got LeClaire's head tucked and he's got control of the far leg of LeClaire. No one has control at this point in time. Both wrestlers jockeying for a position here. Stalemate called by the official. We're on our feet. No points awarded. 1:17 in the second period. 2-1. Moeller leads LeClaire. Alexandria's wrestling team comes across the camera here in their preparation for the second duel against Little Falls. LeClaire in on an excellent double leg, turns the corner, secures the 2-point takedown, and now he is in the lead 3-2 with 35 seconds remaining in the second period. All right, Moeller trying to get away. Loss of control, 1 point awarded to Moeller. They start out neutral. Score is 3-3 with 9 seconds remaining in the second period. All right, time expires in the second period. Little Falls has choice as they deferred. They choose the bottom position. So Ian Moeller of the Moorhead Spuds will start out on top to begin this third period. Score tied 3-3. Little Falls leading this duel 28-7 over the Spuds. LeClaire, excellent job getting out from underneath to start off the third period. Clears hip space, has wrist control, secures the 1 point escape. LeClaire leads 4-3. LeClaire's shot attempt didn't get deep on it. Big thing with these shots is trying to get a good setup so you can get angles. It's tough to secure a takedown from far away unless you catch the person you're wrestling by surprise. Typically works better working a rush in or a snap down. Moeller in, he's got a double leg, but his belly's flat. And LeClaire is able to fend off that double leg. Secures the 2 point takedown by spinning behind and is leading 6-3 over Ian Moeller. 45 seconds remaining in the third period. A lot of pressure forward by LeClaire right now. Moeller unable to get his head up off the mat. He's got his hips up. Moeller's going to need an escape and a takedown to get this thing tied up 6-6, but he's running short of time with only 15 seconds remaining on the clock. As time expires, Hank LeClaire is going to secure a decision 6-3 over Ian Moeller. Collect 3 team points. That'll put Little Falls up 31-7. As we work our way to the 160-pound weight class.
Next up in the 160-pound weight class for Little Falls, Ryan Clucko, and for Moorhead, Peterson.
All right, on the mat right now for the Spuds, we have Håkan Peterson, a senior, and Ryan Clucko for Little Falls. He's a sophomore. Peterson, nice double leg, powers through it, secures the 2. Excellent shot, excellent penetration, and he just kept on working on that one. Secures the 2 before they go off the mat. Peterson goes to the single leg there to return. Kluckel does an excellent job. I think that's one of the best things that a wrestler can do when his opponent is underneath and stands up. Just drop down to the ankle. If you can't get that mat return by lifting them off, if you drop down to that single, it gives you an opportunity to get a good grasp on the wrestler's leg and bring it back up, maybe shelf it and take him back down without giving up that 1-point escape. All right, Peterson's got a wrist of Kluckel, turns him over. He's got the 2-point near fall on that. So Peterson leading this with 40 seconds left in the first period, 4-0. He's looking to hit the crossface cradle there. Gets a little high. Does a great job spinning around, grabbing Kluckel's left leg again. Oh! Peterson slips off of Kluckel, and Kluckel is able to spin back behind and secure the 2-point reversal. So Peterson leads 4-2 with 10 seconds remaining in the first period. Peterson trying to escape there a short time, but Kluckel does a good job of returning him to the mat. As time expires in the first period, 4-2 Peterson of the Spuds leading. Moorhead to first choice. Little Falls, Kluckel selects the bottom position. You can hear some cheers. We're running 2 mats today, ladies and gentlemen. We've got JV on the second mat, so we've got wrestling going on at the same time our varsity match is going on. We'll be covering the varsity side of this triangular the entire evening. Peterson puts the leg in. Got his arm wrapped around the far leg, trying to peel Kluckel's hips off or his knee off the ground and turn him for a tilt. Kluckel's able to work free, get to his feet, but Peterson does a good job of spinning and getting a hold of Kluckel's head, returning him back to the mat. Kluckel goes to work on the left wrist, Peterson goes to work on the left wrist of Kluckel, trying to bring that back in. Move we frequently see the Spuds try to run. Get that wrist secured underneath. Try for a cheap tilt. Only one swipe of the arm of the official Grant Mehring, so no near fall criteria met for 2 seconds. No points awarded. It's 4-2 Peterson with 40 seconds remaining in the second period. Stalling warning given to Peterson as the official did not see enough action from the top man. Peterson, who is leading 4-2, he wants to see some action, some aggressive wrestling. And that is the reason why stalling is called, because both wrestlers are responsible for wrestling aggressive, regardless of what position that they're in. A caution, false start called on Kluckel of Little Falls. Kluckel tries a little Granby roll there, but Peterson catches him and is able to turn his shoulders and start collecting some near fall. Peterson wisely collects that rear arm. 3 points awarded for Peterson. 7-2 is the lead. Peterson, excellent little fireman's there. Tips Kluckel to his side, so Kluckel does not get away. Seven to 2 at the start of the third period. Peterson leads Kluckel. Looks like a little blood time here. Little Falls Kluckel is bleeding. We'll get that cleaned up. Wrestlers are allowed 5 minutes for blood time, or in an extremely rare occurrence, you can't get that blood to stop. The wrestler or the official does have the jurisdiction to call the match, but my 13 years of officiating, 5 years of coaching, and 6 years of wrestling, the varsity level, I did not see that ever happen. Peterson, another excellent double leg. Great lift off the mat, returns him safely, which is extremely important with all the concussion issues that we've experienced in the last 8-9 years. That's one of the points of emphasis every year for the National Federation of High Schools, who sets the rules and regulations for all the sports that our high school athletes participate in. Just trying to make sure these wrestlers are as safe as possible, and unfortunately wrestling is one of the sports that has a high concussion level, so point of emphasis is trying to return that person safely with control, or else you get called for an illegal slam. Kluckel gets the escape, but Peterson back on it again. Another great double leg. 11-3, Peterson leads with 30 seconds remaining in the third period. We're gonna run blood time again for Little Falls Kluckel. 32 left on the clock. Peterson sitting on a major decision lead of 8 points. All right, Peterson's going to let Kluckel go. We'll start on our feet. 1 point escape awarded, so it's a 7-point difference. Peterson's going to look for a takedown and then a ride out here in the last 30 seconds to get back to that major, secure 4 points for the Spuds. Another double leg attempt by Peterson. Again, penetrating. No points awarded. No points awarded still. 10 seconds remaining. Kluckel doing a great job battling underneath as Peterson tries to get deeper on that double leg. And that's going to end the match. 11-4. Hakan Peterson defeats Ryan Kluckel. Score is 31-10. Little Falls leading the Spuds. As we move our way to the 170-pound weight class, Spuds have Jack Olstead coming out. Nathan Clute for Little Falls. Yep, and that roster does stay as it's set. So Clute with a nice double leg takedown over Jack Olstead of the Spuds. Clute takes a 2-0 lead. Locks up the crossface cradle. Theme we've seen from Little Falls a bunch already in this duel. He's got the 3-point near fall. Official checking for shoulders. And there's the fall for Clute. 31 seconds into the match. Nathaniel Clute with the pin over Jack Olstead. There might be something wrong with the scoring that's on the scoreboard because it's indicating 37-11. The 37 is correct, but I don't believe the 11 is correct. So it should have been 10, but we'll see if this gets revised. We got Gabe Nagel on the mat for Little Falls and Jack Newcomb for the Spuds. As we're in the 182-pound weight class, 4 weights remaining in this dual meet. Excellent goal behind by Clute there, or by Nagel. Secures the 2-point takedown over Newcomb, but chooses to allow Newcomb to escape, gives him the 1. It's 2-1. And another 2-point takedown collected by Gabe Nagel, a Little Falls. So 4-1 with 1:17 remaining here in the first period. Nagel a Little Falls lets Newcomb go, so Newcomb gets another point for an escape. 4-2. Nagel leads. Fake shot attempt by Nagel. Nagel's got the front headlock. Great job moving his feet. Spins behind, secures a 2-point takedown over Newcomb. 6-2. Someone's bleeding. They're trying to figure out who because there's some blood on the mat, but official looking for someone to come out and clean the mat up. A little bit of blood on the mat, but can't find any on the wrestlers. We've got 48 seconds remaining in the first period. This little cleanup break. 6-2, Nagel over Newcomb. All right, Nagel will start up on top again. There we go. Another cross face. Cradle attempt by Little Falls. Nagel switches over to the Butcher, unable to secure the knee. And near fall being counted. And there's the fall. Gabe Nagel of Little Falls over Jack Newcomb. In the first period, 1:41 into it. Another 6 points for the Little Fall Flyers. Score starting off the 195-pound weight class, 43 for Little Falls, 11 for the Moorhead Spuds. £195, Spuds have on the chart Ashton Larry, and Little Falls has Peyton Carl. We'll see if there's any change to this match.
Next up in the 220-pound weight class, Little Falls, Ivan Dietrich, and for Moorhead, Jackson Goda.
All right, we got Jackson Goda is what the PA announcer said for the Spuds, but he did also say the 220-pound weight class. So I don't know if we have a little mix-up here on the weight class. Scoreboard's indicating 195-pound weight class, so. 1 minute left in the first period, score 0-0. Both wrestlers working on getting their head position they prefer. Nice double leg by the Spuds. In deep, straight to his back. Near fall being counted. Three near fall points awarded to the Spuds. Scores 5-0. 10 seconds remain in the first period. Moorhead defers choice. Little Falls chooses the top position. Spuds escape, extend the lead with another 1 point. I thought I saw the official award a 3-point near fall there in the first period. By my math, it'd be 6-0, but the scoreboard's indicating 5-0, so I don't think everyone's ever called an official blind, but I'm blind right now, apparently, so we're going to go with 5-0 unless it's corrected. Both wrestlers again working very hard on trying to get their head position they like to work their shots from. A lot of hand fighting going on in this match with a minute remaining in the second period and a 6-0 lead for the Spuds. Another shot attempt. Excellent sprawl by Little Falls. Another double leg by the Spuds. Excellent. Same double leg we saw earlier. This time not straight to the back. 25 seconds remaining, and the Spuds have an 8-0 lead in this match. Official whistles and signals they went out of bounds, so we'll start back in the center. It's 21 on the clock. Second period. One-point escape for Little Falls, scores 8-1 in the second period here. We got 4 seconds remaining. Another double leg attempt by the Spuds. No points secured, so we'll end the period 8-1 with the Spuds choosing the bottom position to start the third period. Both wrestlers doing a really good job of staying in the center of the mat with their, as they work these head ties. It's always nice seeing wrestlers stay in the center of the mat and trying to work the edge of the mat. And before they went out of bounds, a stalling warning was assessed to Little Falls. It's the first one, no points awarded. 9-1 is the lead. Spuds ahead by 8 in this, with a minute 15 remaining in the third period. This match has had a lot of action on our feet, not much underneath. Both wrestlers able to get away anytime they were down. Haven't had a shot attempt by Little Falls yet. Moorhead has attempted several double legs, and that was a nice high crotch attempt, but wasn't able to get deep enough to secure a takedown on that one. 20 seconds remain. Another double leg, another stalling warning against Little Falls. 1 point awarded to the Spuds for stalling on Little Falls, and a 2-point takedown for the Spuds. Brings this to 12-1, so we got a major locked up as time runs down in the third period. And that's the match. Another major for the Spuds. Scores 43, Little Falls 15, Moorhead Spuds, as we enter the 220-pound weight class. It was Jackson Goda with the win. Spuds take a forfeit at 2:20. Score is 43-21. Little Falls in the lead. We're at the 285-pound weight class, last weight class of the duel here. This match was scheduled to have Jaden Coley versus Eli Van Ressingham of Little Falls. Both wrestlers putting a lot of pressure on each other, trying to move forward. Out of bounds called by the official. They're going to go back to the center of the mat. For those of you who aren't avid wrestling fans, 285-pound weight class. There's a lot of action on our feet, a lot of pushing and pulling. Trying to gain leverage, gain an angle. Not going to see a lot of shots in this weight class. You're going to see a lot more upper body. It's not fun to attempt a shot and not get terribly deep when you got upwards of 285 pounds bearing down on you if you don't secure the takedown. Period ends 0-0. Coley and Van Ressingham locked up, no score. Coley of the Spuds chooses the bottom position to start off the second period. Van Ressingham getting a hold of Coley's ankle, breaking him down flat, trying to keep weight forward, pressure down. So Coley's unable to get his hips back up and work for an escape. He's rolling the wrist under on the left-hand side. It's tough when you find yourself in the bottom position and that wrestler who's on top of you has a great ability of keeping pressure forward, keeping weight down. It takes a lot of energy to get away. Official indicating unnecessary roughness on the crossface by Little Falls, Van Ressingham. So 1 point is awarded to the Spuds. The score is 1-0. Coley leading Van Ressingham. A little blood cleanup for Van Ressingham on his lip. His chin, it looks like. Apply a little Vaseline to that. That blood to stop. Blood time has been stopped. We have 1:17 remaining in the final match here, second period. Little Falls has this duel locked up. But Coley of the Spuds is in the lead in this match, 1-0 after an unnecessary roughness call on a really aggressive crossface. Good call by the official. Always want to stop those before they get out of hand. Let the wrestlers know you can be aggressive, you just can't be unnecessarily rough. All right, Coley getting up, he's tripoding up. And Ressingham looked like he was trying to lock up a cradle, unable to do so, but is able to return Coley back down to his knees. Coley trying to scoot away, but they go out of bounds with Van Ressingham still in control. 46 seconds remaining in the second period. 1-0 is the score. Spuds in the lead. Nice little mat return by Van Ressingham there. He secured the near leg in and then went to head and arm. And Coley, being wise, just decided to belly out rather than put himself in a spot where he's going to be on his back and give up some near fall. 16 seconds remaining. Van Ressingham working the half Nelson, rolls Coley over onto his back. Near fall being counted. And there is the fall for Van Ressingham. Minute 53 into the second period. Secures the pin and the win for Little Falls. Final score of this duel is going to be 49-21. Little Falls Flyers defeating the Moorhead Spuds. Next duel up will be Alexandria High School facing Little Falls High School. And the Spuds will return to face Alexandria for the final duel of this triangular. We'll be back after a short intermission and give them time to clean up the mat.
Get up. Your dreams don't hit snooze. Because if you snooze, you might miss your opportunity to improve your craft. Put in the work. Your opportunity to be the best.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Burke's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
The Moorhead Spud Boosters support students at Moorhead High School involved in co-curricular activities. Your membership in Moorhead Spud Boosters directly benefits Moorhead's student athletes, celebrating 40 years of supporting Spud athletics.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes, offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Moorhead High School. The second duel of our triangular is going to feature the Alexandria Cardinals versus the Little Falls Flyers. Earlier on in the evening, Moorhead took on Little Falls. Little Falls took the win 49-21. Little Falls is going to be the green color band on the official's wrist, and Alexandria will be the red armband. Mason McGrain from Alexandria is taking on Kobe Cameron of Little Falls. McGrain secures the 2-point takedown right off the whistle, throws the legs in, and probably going to work the half Nelson on this one. Yep, there he goes, working the half Nelson over on there, the power Nelson over on the left side, but Cameron gets his hips in the wrong position, and McGrain takes advantage of it. Oh boy, developing situation here. 2-point near fall awarded to McGrain. Cameron tries to roll through, or excuse me. Yeah, 2 points awarded to McGrain. Cameron tries to roll through and does so successfully, and now has applied the crossface cradle, a move we saw a whole lot of when they wrestled Moorhead in the first duel. That's a shocker. Cameron changes fortune, gets the fall 58 seconds into the first period. So 6 points goes onto the board for Little Falls. 113-pound weight class. Mason Roush of Little Falls versus Brendan Bryce of Alexandria. 113 pounds. Bryce in on the single. Whizzer applied by Roush, but unsuccessful. 2 points for Bryce of Alexandria as the wrestlers go out of bounds with 1:30 left in the first. Mason Roush trying to switch there, but Brendan Bryce able to control him. Bryce applying a lot of forward pressure on Roush. Both men doing a good job keeping action moving. Circling and following. Got a stalling call on Alexandria's Bryce for pushing Roush out of bounds. And we've got blood time being called on Alexandria's Bryce, bleeding from the nose. So we'll run a little blood time. This wrestler's allotted 5 minutes of blood time. Blood time is stopped once bleeding is stopped. Cleanup does not count for blood time. We do have blood time stopped, so we're just doing a little cleanup here. As we start back over, we got 49 seconds in the first period remaining, with Bryce leading Roush 2-0. Caution for an incorrect start position, a little too deep on the waist, the official Tim Curran indicates. 2 cautions are awarded before a point is given on the third one. That is the first caution for Bryce. Roush doing a great job getting to his feet. Bryce with a good return. Now Roush back on his feet, and another good return by Bryce. They go out of bounds with 28 seconds remaining. 2-0, still the score. Roush on his feet. Bryce trying to return him. Does it. Roush had great wrist control there. Was able to break free. 1 point awarded to Roush right at the end of the period. That's important. If you can score in the last 10 seconds, sometimes that can change the momentum of a match. Roush chooses the bottom position after Bryce defers his choice to the third period. 2-1 Bryce of Alexandria over Mason Roush of Little Falls. Reversal, Roush. Roush spinning his hips out and able to reverse Bryce. 3-2, Roush leads with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Bryce trying to get up to his feet as they go out of bounds. Control was maintained by Roush of Little Falls. You hear multiple whistles and some other cheering. We are running 2 mats today. We've got JV on one and we've got varsity on the other. Our coverage is going to be of the varsity duel for the evening's festivities. Roush and Little Falls ran a lot of cross-face cradles and butchers earlier in the duel against Moorhead, and the same thing occurring here. Roush able to turn Bryce onto his back in that cross-face cradle, got it locked up tight. If he can get his leg to cover that wiggly leg, left leg of Bryce, it's going to calm it down, put him in a better position to secure the fall. You can see Bryce tipping back and forth. But Roush secures the fall 1 minute and 14 into the second period. Mason Roush with the pin over Brendan Bryce of Alexandria. The score 12-0 Little Falls after the first 2 weight classes. 120-pound weight class pending.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next matchup, 120-pound weight class for Little Falls, Austin Litke, and for Alexandria, Miles
Skillings for Alexandria and Austin Litke for Little Falls. This clash at 120 with Litke securing a takedown in 10 seconds and slap it on that crossface cradle again. Near fall being counted. 5 seconds met. Referee Tim Curran looking for shoulder contact on the mat for 2 continuous seconds of both shoulders. Doesn't happen. Skilling able to roll out of that one. 3-point near fall awarded to Litke, 5-0. Litke is ahead with 1 minute and 15 remaining in the first. Litke's got that left wrist of Skillings locked up under, trying to weave it through the legs, but Skillings able to get his wrist free. And Litke back on that cradle. Nice forward somersault roll on that. It's not a method you see often. 2-point near fall awarded for Litke. 7-0 was the score with 40 seconds remaining in the first period. Litke gets that Iowa leg right in there. A lot of forward pressure. Pressure down the hip, trying to use his hips to tip Skillings on his back. Oh, got a chin drop. Near fall being counted. He's got it locked in tight too. He reverses the half. As time expires, another 3-point near fall to Litke. Austin Litke leads Miles Skillings 10-0 as we begin the second period. Neutral position chosen by Alexandria's Litke to start the second. Nice shot there by Litke. Extends his lead by 2 more, 12-0. And coming to you soon, crossface cradle. If he gets the 3-point, he's got to secure the fall because he's going to have a 15-point lead for Tech. And there is the fall. 24 seconds into the second period. Austin Litke of Little Falls with the win over Miles Skilling of Alexandria. Little Falls takes an 18-0 lead after 3 weight classes. Next weight class coming, 126 pounds.
Next up in the 126-pound weight class for Little Falls, Bo Robinson, and for Alexandria, Blaze Nelson.
Blaze Nelson from Alexandria is going to be facing off against Bo Robinson of Little Falls, with Nelson securing a takedown near the edge of the mat. Referee doesn't see any action on the edge, so he calls it out of bounds, and we'll restart in the center with Nelson on top and Robinson underneath. Caution for incorrect starting position called against Bo Robinson. His hands were not far enough forward. All right, simultaneous whistles. No caution called on that one. They'll restart. Nice mat return by Nelson. Blaze Nelson, a 10th grader, and Bo Robinson, a 7th grader. Impressive for a 7th grader to get into a varsity lineup, especially at 126-pound weight class. A lot of times you see that at 106 and 113 just for the sheer lack of numbers in those lower weights. Nelson's got the cradle locked up. Bud Robinson able to fend off the wrists and hands. Breaks that cradle. All right. Looked like he was going to work for a little tilt there. Had the hips turked for a second. Working a butcher. Get those hips turned. Near fall being counted. Secures 3 points. Not awarded yet. Blaze Nelson working for the fall against Bo Robinson. Robinson able to get his hips flipped. 3 points awarded to Blaze Nelson. 1 point escape, loss of control. So the score, five to 1, Blaze Nelson over Bo Robinson. Second period begins. Robinson chooses the bottom position. Nelson trying to work the far shoulder of Robinson as well as get that Robinson's hips turned. Looking for a cheap tilt, get some easy near fall. Nelson's been dominant on top here in both periods. We got 1:05 remaining in the second. 5-1 lead for Nelson. Stalling warning called against Bo Robinson of Little Falls. I think the official saw him kind of holding on to that wrist of Nelson, not really do anything with it, and not wrestling aggressively, so the stalling warning is called. No points awarded on the first warning. Nelson's trying to lock up that bow and arrow cradle, got that near side. Working hard on it. really got to try to catch that near leg of the bottom wrestler. Hook your leg over top and try to work that knee towards his head. It's the best technique on that to lock that near side up. 20 seconds remaining as they restart with the 5-1 lead for Blaze Nelson over Bo Robinson, Little Falls. Robinson tries a little sit out. Nelson follows nicely. Nelson working on some near fall here. He hasn't met criteria yet. Period ends, no near fall awarded, 5-1. Score continues, Nelson in the lead over Robinson. Nelson chooses the bottom position to start the third period. Nelson stands up right away. Robinson trying to grab the leg to hold on to him. Stalling warning called on Robinson. 1 point will be awarded to... 1 point awarded for stalling, awarded to Nelson of Alexandria, as well as a reversal on the edge of the mat before they went out of bounds. Scores 8-1. Nelson is going to elect to start on their feet, so he's going to give the escape to Robinson right away, which makes it 8-2 with 1:35 remaining in the third. Nelson working the underhook on the left side. Collects the arm, collects the ankle. 2-point takedown. Nelson leads 10-3 with that escape given with a minute remaining. Nelson back in on another single. He's high on it. Secures another 2-point takedown. He's now secured a major. It's 9-point lead. 14 points given for a major. This score stands. Out of bounds they go. 38 seconds remain. Nice little sit out there by Robinson, looking for a Peterson. Nelson out front, got the front headlock. Now he reaches around the backside, secures the ankle of Robinson. They're not going to go anywhere here. We got 5 seconds remaining. And that's the match. Blaze Nelson takes down Bo Robinson 12-3, secures 4 points for Alexandria. That makes the score Little Falls 18, Alexandria 4. 132-pound weight class coming up.
Winner by decision for Alexandria, Blaze Nelson.
Waiting for the announcement on who's wrestling right now.
Next up, the 132-pound weight class for Little Falls. White versus Alexandria's A.J. Spar.
A.J. Spar for Alexandria. Did not catch the name of the Little Falls wrestler. A.J. Spar secured a takedown about 12 seconds into it, leads 2-0. On the sheet here, I've got Bo Robinson slated, but he obviously dropped down as he did in the first duel. Spar's got the left wrist. The Little Falls wrestler is working on a half from the right side. Gonna try to get out to the side. Yep, he's got it rolled. He's got it really tight as well. There's the fall for A.J. Spar of Alexandria High School. That moves the match duel total to 18-10. Little Falls in the lead, started out hot. 3 pins right away, but Alexandria has battled back as we work ourselves into the 138-pound weight class. Little Falls puts out Bryce Udy, and Alexandria puts out Cole Vansdahl. Udy's got the double underhook, and he had it locked, but didn't have his hips in the right position. And Vansdahl, with a nice trip, gets the 2 points. Vansdahl working an armbar. It's got him turned. Near fall being counted. Official Tim Curran looking for shoulder contact of both shoulder blades for at least 2 seconds to call the fall. Near fall criteria has been met for 5 seconds, so 3 points will be rewarded. And there's the fall. Cole Vansdahl of Alexandria pins Bryce Udy of Little Falls. And that brings the score to 18-16. Little Falls with a 2-point lead. 145-pound weight class coming up next.
Next up in the 145-pound weight class for Little Falls,
Jonah Olson of Little Falls. And Kelly Johnson of Alexandria will square off here at 145 pounds. Johnson with the front headlock, secures the near side cradle. 2-point takedown awarded to Johnson. Johnson trying to settle in, tighten it up a little bit. Now he's got him covered. Near fall has been met, and there's the fall for Johnson. Kelly Johnson with the fall in 52 seconds into the first period. Alexandria has now taken the lead 22-18 over Little Falls after 145-pound weight class. Be a 152 next. Hank LeClaire for Little Falls. And Alexandria, Tate Runge. Match has stopped. Got a clock issue. Didn't start at the right time. All right, they're working on the clock issue, running it down. And there we go. So we ran 10 seconds off. Minute and 45 seconds remain in this match. Score is 0-0. Got Tate Runge of Alexandria taking on Hank LeClaire. Runge's got that underhook on the left side. Turns him, gets the 2. Hasn't gotten near fall count yet. There it is. Only a count of 1, though. Runge's got to settle back a little bit, kind of readjust his chest. There's near fall count. Count of 5. 3 points secured. LeClaire trying to keep his hips turned down so he can continue to fight off the bottom. He's doing a good job here fighting this thing off. Runge's reversed the half on this now. It's going to be, there you go. It's going to be tough for LeClaire to get out of that once he reversed the half. And Runge secures the fall, 1:18 into the first period. So Alexandria moves into control now after 4 consecutive wins, if I'm correct. 22-18. 160-pound weight class. Little Fall's going to put out Ryan Kleckel, a sophomore. J.P. Rodel, a senior from Alexandria. Rodel's in on the single. He's got it at the ankle. Switches over to a double. He's got to control him. 2-point takedown. Trying to work the legs in. He's got 1 in. Does Rodel. Looks like he's trying to work an armbar. He's digging for that left arm of Kleckel. Kleckel's doing a good job of turning his left shoulder down. Looks like a stalemate was called. No advancement going on there. 59 remaining in the first period. Rodel up 2-0 over Kleckel. All right. Got a false start, or incorrect starting position by Alexandria. Is a little too deep on the waist. Rodel's got the leg in again on the left side, working a power half. I want to thank Muscatel Subaru here in Moorhead for sponsoring Spuds TV coverage. 70 events this winter, and they're a big part of why that's happening with their sponsorship. Stalling warning was assessed to Kleckel. Rodel working a butcher here. He's got it deep. Kleckel's got a hold of his leg, which makes it a tough spot to turn the wrestler on the bottom. Kleckel defers choice, so Rodel decides to start in the neutral position to start the second period. Rodel up 2-0. Rodel secured that takedown right away in the first and rode him out. Kleckel was in on a dumble. Looked like he was going to secure it, but Rodel got his hips moved around and was able to follow back behind Kleckel and secure the 2 points himself. So 4-0. Rodel leads Kleckel. It's 1:30 remaining in the second. One thing you're always looking for your wrestlers to do is to make sure they keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And that was a great example by Rodel of what can happen if you keep your feet moving. Kleckle's got Rodol's wrist. He's looking for a Peterson roll, but Rodol was able to sag back on that, fend it off, and now he's got control of Kleckle's wrist. Rodol's got the leg in. I'm looking for a tilt here. Really got to bear down. He's got to work towards the left shoulder of Kleckle as he tries to pry that right leg over. Stalemate called, no advancement. 4-0 Rodol over Kleckle. We got 24 seconds remaining in the second period. Second caution to Rodol. Another deep waist. Next caution on Rodol will be a point for Kleckle. Rodol immediately goes for that ankle to break him down. Does a good job with it. Rodol going back to the wrists again. Kleckle's got a hold of the wrist of Rodol. And a second stalling call against Kleckle, so 1 point was awarded to Rodol. Rodol now leads 5-0 at the end of the second period. And Rodol has choice. He chooses the bottom position to begin the third. Kleckle trying to return Rodol. Rodol getting a little hip separation, but Kleckle collects him. Little switch action going on the edge of the mat. Secured. 2 points to Rodol. It's a good way of continuing that effort until that whistle is blown. Reap the benefits. Get the reversal. Secure the 2. 7-0 lead for Rodol. Optional position is shown. Referee's going to show him that it's optional. Rodol places there's hands on the back of Kleckle, but decides to not allow him to come up. Kleckle on his feet, sprawling back. Neutral position called. 1 point awarded to Kleckle. 7-1 is the score with 1:15 remaining in the third period. Rodol got the hands locked around the inside of Kleckle's leg, but a great sprawl job done by Kleckle on that. They go back to neutral position after a stalemate. Kleckle, another shot. Up at the knee. Secures the 2. Trying to collect the left arm of Rodol and get some near fall. He's got the leg. Rodol's got a hold of Kleckle's leg, which is kind of helping his leverage. Rodol gives up on that leg, flattened himself out. .30 seconds remaining, 7-3 lead for Rodol. Rodol's got a hold of that arm of Kleckle, and he's holding on to it, just trying to run the time down, and he does. So J.P. Rodol of Alexandria secures a decision over Ryan Kleckle of Little Falls, and that puts Alexandria up 28-21. So we move to the 170-pound weight class. My sheet's got Mason Teaser of Alexandria taking on Nathaniel Klutt. We'll see if that stands. Nathaniel Klutt for Little Falls and Mason Teaser of Alexandria. It stands. As Teaser goes in on a single, unsuccessful. Fought off well by Klutt. Teaser is a junior and Clute is a senior. Front headlock by Clute. Switches over to a single. Whizzer being applied as they go out of bounds. Great job by Teaser fighting off that single attempt with the nice whizzer. Minute remaining in the first. Another single attempt by Clute. Tries to gather the other leg. They go out of bounds with no control. Neutral, 0-0. Two good single legs by Clute in this period. Fortunately hasn't been able to secure the points for those takedowns. 30 seconds remain in the first. Single attempt by Teaser. Clute backs away. Teaser didn't even get a chance to get his leg. Clute dropping down again, looking for another single on that right side. Both wrestlers vying for wrist control. Another shot by Teaser, unable to gain the leg. As the period ends 0-0 after the first. Alexandria defers choice, and Clute of Little Falls chooses the bottom position to begin the second period. Teaser trying to lock up the crossface cradle. He's got it locked. He does not have the arm, though. Arm is free. That makes it harder to turn your opponent. Going back to that crossface again. He's got the tricep, but Clute's got the leg of Teaser. This kind of puts Teaser in a bad position. And there is your reversal for Clute of Little Falls. So Clute takes the lead. First point scored 2-0. Now Clute's got the near side cradle on. He's got it locked tight. Official counting, and there's the fall. 44 seconds into the second period. Nathaniel Clute of Little Falls over Mason Teaser of Alexandria. That puts the score 31-24 Alexandria after 170 pounds. What, a 182? Got Gavin Fernholz of Alexandria against Gabe Nagel of Little Falls. See if there's a change at this weight class. Hadn't heard anything from the PA announcer yet. Fernholz and Nagel it is. Three weight classes left to go here before the end of this duel. It is 31-30 Alexandria. Excuse me. I announced the 182-pound weight class. That's 195. Got Saffert and Carl. Saffert and Carl. Alexandria got a couple of 8th graders here in their heavier weights. Man, that is an absolute rarity for that to happen. 2 8th graders, one at 195, one at 220. And Little Falls has a 7th grader at 220. You don't see that very often. Single leg attempt by Carl of Little Falls, nothing doing. Saffert's got a front headlock working on a near side. Spins behind, gets the 2. 2-0 with 15 seconds remaining in the first period. Wrestlers working on the boundary line as time expires. Alexandria has choice. All right, some conferring on who had choice there. The official going to the head table indicating it was Alexandria's choice. Alexandria chooses the top position. So Safford is on top, 2-0, and begins on top. Got to have a mat return here, attempt in 5 seconds, or he's going to be called for stalling. Nice lift. Well done. Lock the hands, bring the hips to the party. See if he returns in the same way this time. Stalling warning issued. Have to attempt a return within 5 seconds. You don't have to return them, you just have to attempt one. So Safford is hit with a stalling warning. All right, Safford's got the leg. He's got it elbow deep. We've got a trip return straight to his back. Got an illegal slam being called. So conferring going on why the call was illegal. All right, official Tim Kern's going to stay with the call on that. It was a legal kickback trip on the return there, so 1 point was awarded to Carl of Little Falls. 2-1 is the score. All right, Safford trying to work an armbar there. Carl able to get his wrist back around in front of himself. Half Nelson being applied. On the left side, Carl battles that off. Got 40 seconds remaining in the second period. 2-1 Safford in the lead. Another nice mat return, excellent job. Coming to short time here in the period, 20 seconds remaining. All right, half on the left side put in by Safford. He's working him hard. He's got it tight. He's got it tight, and there's the fall. 6 seconds left in the second period. Jackson Safford with the fall over Peyton Carl. All right. That puts Alexandria up 37-30 as we work our way to the 220-pound weight class. Waiting on the wrestler from Alexandria. Pin happened a little earlier than he thought, so he's got to get his headgear on and get his shoulder straps up before he reports. Got to report to the table, ready to wrestle. You get hit with a technical violation and you lose 1 point. Little Falls forfeits that match. That makes it 43-30. So that locks up the win for Alexandria in this duel. Jackson Safford got the win on that one. I apologize for not having the wrestlers correct at 195. Didn't hear anything from the PA announcer, so I was going off my sheet. So we are at 285, last match of this duel. Eli Van Ressingham of Little Falls. Luke Manham of Alexandria on the mat. Van Ressingham's got a front headlock, locked up, underhook on the left side. He's got the chin, he's looking for a toss here, trying to get the hips right. There it is. 2-point takedown and the fall. That happened fast. That thing was locked up real tight. All right, there's your score at the end of the duel. Alexandria 43, Little Falls 36. Next duel up on the schedule is going to be the Moorhead Spuds against Alexandria Cardinals. We'll be back with that duel after a short intermission and mat clean. You're listening to Spuds TV.
Get up. Your dreams don't hit snooze. Because if you snooze, you might miss your opportunity to improve your craft. Put in the work. Your opportunity to be the best.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Burt's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
The Moorhead Spud Boosters support students at Moorhead High School involved in co-curricular activities. Your membership in Moorhead Spud Boosters directly benefits Moorhead's student athletes, celebrating 40 years of supporting Spud athletics.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
Get up. Your dreams don't hit snooze. Because if you snooze, you might miss your opportunity to improve your craft. To put in the work. Your opportunity to be the best.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Your home for Boss Snowplows is Perks Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
The Moorhead Spud Boosters support students at Moorhead High School involved in co-curricular activities. Your membership in Moorhead Spud Boosters directly benefits Moorhead's student athletes, celebrating 40 years of supporting Spud athletics.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Moorhead High School for the third duel of this triangular. We're going to have Moorhead High School Spuds facing off against Alexandria High School Cardinals. The last duel of the evening. If you missed the first duel, Spuds were defeated by Little Falls, and in the second duel, Alexandria defeated Little Falls. Two mats going today. The camera's going to be on the varsity mat. So you'll hear some whistles and some cheering going on when there's not much going on, because we've got a JV mat going right next to the varsity mat. Starting this off, as always, in Minnesota at the 106-pound weight class. I want to thank Muscatel Subaru for being the sponsor of Spuds TV. I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm Corey Herlichson. Let's see who the wrestlers are for 106.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first matchup this evening, Alexandria and Moorhead. In the 106-pound weight class for Alexandria, Mason McGrain, and for Moorhead, Dane Ellingsburg.
All right, Mason McGrain of Alexandria facing off against Dane Ellingsburg of Moorhead High. Takedown flurry there early. No one was able to secure anything, so we're 0-0 on our feet. Both wrestlers working the collar tie. Oh, nice little single leg from McGrain. Got Ellingsburg's left knee. Took a nice angle and took him down on the edge of the mat. Official for tonight's duel is Tim Curran. Calls him off the mat, so we started over in the center with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the first. McGrain working a tilt, got the wrist Still same position, hasn't let go of that wrist, so no near fall's been awarded. No near fall awarded in the first situation, no near fall awarded in the second situation. It's got the near side cradle locked up. Now near fall's being counted. Looks like a count of 2. Still got that near side locked up off the edge of the mat, trying to pull him back on is McGrain. Out of bounds, 2-point near fall to Mason McGrain of Alexandria. He leads 4-0 with 11 seconds remaining in the first period. Ellingsburg with the nice stand-up try, but McGrain able to keep him on the mat. Locked up the cradle there before the whistle blew. It is McGrain's choice. He defers choice to the third period. Ellingsburg chooses neutral. It was a common theme we saw in the duel against Little Falls. Moorhead choosing the neutral position to start off when it was their choice. McGrain with a shot right off the whistle. Low single to the right side of Ellingsburg. Secures it for 2. 6-0 lead for McGrain. McGrain back to work on that wrist again. I suspect he's going to try to go between the legs and work a tilt. Okay, switched off and gone to the near or the crossface cradle. He's got it locked up. Ellingsburg doing a really good job fighting it off, but it can only fight it off for so long. As McGrain pulls Ellingsburg onto his back, near fall being counted. Still locked up on that cradle. Now 3 points near fall awarded to McGrain. 9-0 extends his lead with a minute remaining in the second period. McGrain wrestling on top. He's got the left leg in, working Ellingsworth's left wrist under. I believe he's looking for an armbar from that position if he can. Goes to the power half on the left side. Puts both boots in. Extending the hips, trying to flatten out Ellingsburg. All right, moving, working the power half from the right side. He's got him at 90. There's near fall. He's got 2. To believe he's got 3 near fall locked up at this point. As time expires in the second period, another 3 points awarded to Mason McGrain of Alexandria. He leads 12-0 as we begin the third period. McGrain had choice after deferring, and he chose the top position. He's got a chicken wing in on the left side of Ellingsburg. He's got Ellingsburg turned. 3 points secured. If Ellingsburg gets out of this, it's just going to be a tech fall. So he's going to continue to fight this off. Rather give up 5 points than 6. McGrain staying tough on top. And there's the 3. Mason McGrain of Alexandria secures a technical fall. 34 seconds into the third period over Moorhead's Dane Ellingsburg. 5-0 Alexandria on the team score. As we move into the 113-pound weight class. 2 points for Alexandria. Still waiting on the announcement of who is on the mat officially. Scheduled to be Colton Voliger of Moorhead versus Brendan Bryce of Alexandria, but we'll wait confirmation on that. If it's Bryce, he's up 2-0 after a takedown. Working on a crossface cradle or a butcher here. There it is, the butcher. He's going to swing around front if he can. Reaches for the far knee to try to flip the hips. One minute remaining, 2-0 lead. Brendan Bryce of Alexandria. He's got a chicken wing in, does Bryce. Voliger on his feet, working to escape. 1 point awarded. 2-1. We got 20 seconds remaining in the first. Single attempt by Moorhead. Bryce fighting it off, got a front headlock. And he's got it tight, secures a takedown right before the whistle. No, he did not. So we go into the second period, 4-1. Excuse me, he did secure it at the end. So 4-1 going into the second period. Brendan Bryce leads. An incorrect starting position, caution called on Moorhead. A little too deep on the waist. Want to give both wrestlers a fair start as the official. Got an interlocking hand calls on Voliger of the Spuds. So 1 point given to Bryce of Alexandria before the reversal, and then the reversal by Bryce moves the score to 7-1. Bryce back on the chicken wing on the left side. Bryce catching Voliger, but not able to get him over to his back. Got a minute left in this period. 9-2 is the score. Bryce of Alexandria leading. Bryce back on that wrist as the official calls him out of bounds. We'll start back at the center of the mat. 47 seconds remaining. Bryce with a lot of pressure forward. His opponent not able to get his head off the mat and really struggling to get his hips up as well. That's excellent technique. Now we've got a half Nelson on the right side being worked by Bryce and secures the fall. 1 minute and 38 seconds into the second period. And that'll put Alexandria up 11-0 after 113 pounds. Next up, 120, I've got Miles Skillings and Lee Ellingsberg on the chart. See if there's any change to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match at 120 pounds for Alexandria, Miles Skillings, and from Moorhead, Lee Ellingsberg.
All All right, that pairing stays true. So we've got Miles Skillings, a 9th grader from Alexandria, versus Lee Ellingsberg, a 9th grader of Moorhead, the 120-pound weight class. Skillings trying to pull Ellingsberg down, gets his hips in an odd position, and Ellingsberg is able to secure the takedown. Ellingsberg straight to that ankle, trying to break him down. Gets Skillings, tips tilted. Trying to work him flat, but Skillings does a good job getting his hips back up. Creates some hip separation, and then also controls the hands and escapes for one. We got 2-1 score, Lee Ellingsberg of Moorhead leading with 55 seconds remaining in the first period. All right, Ellingsberg trying to get in a single on the left side of Skilling. Just keeps his feet moving, little goal behind. Secures the 2, 4-1, Ellingsberg of Moorhead in the lead with 10 seconds remaining in the first. Great job by Ellingsberg keeping him down, not giving up that late one at the end of the period. It is Alexandria's choice, and they defer. Ellingsberg of Moorhead chooses the bottom position to begin the second period with a 4-1 lead. Ellingsberg on his feet. He's got the single leg lifted, but Skillings returns him to the mat. All right, we got a reversal by Ellingsberg of Moorhead. 20 seconds into the second period, that puts him up 7-1. He's got a nice half Nelson. Reaching for the other wrist. Near fall being counted. Skillings fighting it off. The bridge. There's a fall for Lee Ellingsberg of Moorhead. Spuds with their first win of this duel. Moves the score 11-6. That fall came 50 seconds into the second period. 126 pounds coming up. I've got Blaze Nelson against Evan Frankhandel. And that stays true. So we got Blaze Nelson, a sophomore out of Alexandria, facing off against Evan Frankhandel, a junior for the Spuds. Official has to get a little tape on his hand. Might have got a blister from slapping the mat so hard. All right, we got Nelson against Frankhandel here, 126 pounds. Both wrestlers trying to get in the position they prefer. Nelson likes that collar tie, it looks like. No score a minute into this first period here. There's a shot by Blaze Nelson onto the right leg of our left leg of Finkhamel. 2 points awarded. Escape by Finkhamel. 1 point awarded with 35 seconds remaining. The score is 2-1. Another shot attempt by Blaze Nelson. Starts with a single, works it to a double. Finkhamel hanging on to the ankles, hoping to avoid the takedown here at the end of the period. Time expires, no control either wrestler. It is Moorhead's choice first. He chooses the down position, so Evan Finkhamel, the junior for the Spuds, choosing the bottom position, hoping to escape, tie this match up 2-2. Great control there by Blaze Nelson. Got a hold of the leg, had the far tricep of Finkhamel under control, and he was unable to get away, so they return back down to the mat. Nelson looking for that cross-face cradle. He's got it locked up. Rolls Finkhamel over. Near fall and the fall. 51 seconds into the second period. Blaze Nelson with the fall. Moves the score 17 for Alexandria and 6 for Moorhead. 132-pound weight class coming up. We've got AJ Spar and Arzine Sahin. See if this one stands.
Next up in the 132-pound weight class for Alexandria, Isaac Saber, and for Moorhead, Arzine Shaheen.
So we have Isaac Saber in Alexandria, or from Alexandria, coming in at 132, and Arzine Sahin is on the mat for Moorhead. Shot attempt. Shahin loves working from that position, but not able to finish his move and is taken down. Wrestlers are out of bounds, return back to center. Official asking Sahin to switch back around. He's facing the wrong direction. 1 minute remaining in this period. Sahin trying his best to fight off that arm bar. Wrist being rolled underneath. Doing a good job of it, hipping down. .20 seconds remain. Sahin is down 2-0. Roll through tried by Sahin, but Unsuccessful as the period ends. 2-0 Alexandria. Neutral position chosen by the Spuds wrestler. Blood time Alexandria. Start that 5 minutes of blood time each wrestler gets. Blood is stopped. All right, looks like we have a change of choice here. Alexandria is going to start in the top position here to start the second period up 2-0. Sahin with the stand up, picks him up, reversal. Matt returned to his back. Seen Sahin a couple times this year, and he really likes those. Really likes to lift up, likes the laterals, high-flying things. A lot of the time when he does it, he returns the wrestler down to the mat on his back. 2-point near fall awarded. 4-2 is the score as the crossface cradle's locked up. Near fall being counted again for Arzin Sahin. Three points awarded, 7-2 is the score. Got a minute 10 remaining in the second. He locked up the cradle again. Near fall counted again. And the fall. .58 seconds into the second period. Arzin Sahin of the Spuds with the fall moves the score to 17-12 with Alexandria in the lead. 138 pounds, slated Cole Vansdahl of Alexandria versus Will Borrud of Moorhead.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match at 138 pounds for Alexandria, Cole Vansdahl, and for Moorhead, Will Borrud.
Vansdahl with the immediate takedown right off the whistle. He came out fast in his match against Little Falls earlier today, or this evening, excuse me. He's working a power half. He's got the leg in, trying to get the hip set. There's near fall. All right, 5 count, 3 points being held. Official looking for the fall. Borrud trying to keep his hips flat to the mat. Fight this off. Vansdahl's got this half on pretty good right now. There's a fall. You could see on that readjust that Vansdahl locked it up a little bit tighter, was able to get a little more weight on the shoulders of Borrud, secure the fall. So that moves the score to 23-12 after 138. We'll roll into the 145-pound weight class. Got 2 wrestlers slated for Alexandria, so we'll figure out which one's out there. Alexandria's wrestler is Kelly Johnson, and Moorhead, it is Ian Moeller. Johnson, a 10th grader, Moeller, an 11th grader. Johnson, the snap down front headlock on the right side of Moeller. Circling, he's got the near side cradle locked up. Got to get the head in the side. Turn him to his back. They're on the edge of the mat, so he tries to bring him back into the center. All right, there's near fall being counted for Johnson. 2 near fall have been secured but not awarded yet. Near fall being counted again for Johnson as Moeller continues to battle out from underneath. And Moeller gets away. Excellent job fighting that off. 3 points awarded to Johnson. So Johnson leads 5-0 with 50 seconds remaining in this period. We're in period 1. Johnson out front with that front headlock. Same thing he used to secure the first takedown. Pressuring down hard. And he elects to allow Moeller to escape. So Moeller scores the 1-point escape, 5-1, with 30 seconds remaining. All right, another snap down by Johnson, front headlock. He's got that near side cradle locked up again. There's 2. Working the turn. Two-point near fall awarded to Kelly Johnson there at the end of the first period. So we have a score of 9-1 as we enter the second. It's Moorhead's, Alexandria's choice. They defer. Moorhead chooses the bottom position to start the second period, down 9-1. Great job continuing movement by Moeller. With Johnson able to flatten him out, and now he's working a butcher. His near fall being counted again. And he's flat. He's got it. Kelly Johnson with the pin. 21 seconds into the second period over Ian Moeller of Moorhead. That's going to move the dual score 29-12 for Alexandria. As we start the 152-pound weight class, we are halfway through this duel. 152, we've got Tate Runge and Zach Fankhanel. Runge of Moorhead, or of Alexandria, and Fankhanel of Moorhead. As Runge secures the takedown 12 seconds in. It's got a chicken wing in. Efforting on that far wrist. Still doesn't have the far wrist, switches off to a half. As Fankhanel reaches back, trying to block the momentum of Runge. Still working that chicken wing, reaching for that far wrist. He does collect the wrist. That is a huge benefit when you're running this move. Get that wrist pulled in. It changes angles, allows you to get that far shoulder tucked under. Now we've got near fall being called. This thing finds Zach Fankhanel in a really awkward position to try to battle out from. He's got to do his best to keep his hips facing down. Fankhanel able to get up, get turned a little bit. 3 points awarded to Runge, but Runge does maintain control. Able to spin back behind before Fankhanel's able to escape. Got 14 seconds remaining in the first period, 5-0 Runge. All right, Runge's got that left wrist, trying to feed it through between the legs, looking for a tilt. As time expires, it is Moorhead's choice. Moorhead defers. Runge chooses the bottom position to start the second period, up 5-0. Runge with the sit out, trying for a switch. Fankhanel collects him, trying to lock up the cradle. Runge working on that right ankle of Fankhanel, trying to lift that ankle. Fankhanel's got the cradle locked up. That's potentially dangerous. .136 left in the period. Period 2. Another sit out by Runge. Fankhanel's got to return him in 5 seconds. And drop down. Runge sprawling, spinning behind. Gets the reversal 2. Extends his lead to 7-0. Goes back to that wrist ride, trying to feed it back through between the legs. Fankhanel fighting it off. Runge still on the wrist, however. Applying a lot of pressure forward and a lot of pressure down on Fankhanel. Fankhanel really having a difficult time building a base or even getting his head off the mat at this point. Got 40 seconds left in the second. Runge switches over to a half, gets 2 points. 9-0 lead. 15 seconds remain in the second period. Back on that chicken wing in the far wrist. Official watching intently, making sure it stays legal. Runge turns him, but it's too late. The period ends. Fankhanel has choice and chooses the top position, down 9-0. Believes he's got a better chance of scoring from that top position. Potentially dangerous. Drop down, stalling warning on Fankhanel for interlacing that leg multiple times. Reversal for Runge. Runge up 11-0 with 1:35 remaining in the third period. Runge on that chicken wing again, has the wrist collected. He has him turn, there's near fall being counted. Fankhanel doing a great job fighting this off. Again, finds himself in the same position, unfortunately, as in the last period. 50 seconds remain in the third. Fankhanel, excellent job fighting it off, rolling through. Runge's extended his lead to 14-0, one away from a tech fall with 35 remaining in the third. Goes back to that wrist again. Now he's looking for a tilt. Trying to load Fankhanel over his own left shoulder, but battles it off, and it's a major decision for Tate Runge of Alexandria. And that'll move the match score to 33 Alexandria and 12 for Moorhead. We go to the 160-pound weight class. Got J.P. Rodel of Alexandria facing off against Hakan Peterson. And Landon Stewart bumping up from the 152-pound weight class to fill the 160-pound weight class for Alexandria. As Håkon Peterson with the Firemen's 2-point takedown, mat return. Excellent lift by Peterson. And great elevation. Brought the hips to the party. As they go out of bounds, control is maintained by Peterson. Now 1:22 remaining in the first. Peterson's got that Iowa. Nope, he doesn't. Looked like he did. He's working the left wrist of Seward. Seward stands up and Peterson drops down to the single, shelves it, elbow deep, looking for a return here. Good return, but Seward's back up on his feet again. Peterson switches to the double. As they go off the mat, Peterson still has control with 25 seconds remaining in the first. Seward going off the mat. Håkon Peterson called for stalling for pushing Seward off the mat. Just a warning. 2-0, Peterson still leading with 15 remaining in the first. Peterson switches to the double as a return. Excellent job on that return there by Peterson. Seward doing everything he can to try to get away, but Peterson has just been fantastic with these mat returns. Time expires in the first with Peterson up 2-0. Seward defers. Peterson's got blood. Run some blood time. I didn't see what he chose, so we'll have to wait. Okay, official indicating that Peterson chose the bottom position to begin the second period. Peterson will start the second period leading 2-0. All right, blood time is stopped. All right, second period begins with Peterson underneath. Stands up, Seward with a good return. Peterson gets wrist control and escapes. We are neutral, 1 point Peterson, 3-0. Got a stalling call on Alexandria's Seward for fleeing the mat. So both wrestlers have been cautioned with the stalling call. Both of them in off of the mat situations. Double leg attempt by Peterson. Great hips. 2-point takedown, looking for the half. Got the Iowa in. Coach is pleading to Peterson to let him go. Not much going on in the top position there, and he does. He lets him go. Seward gets a 1-point escape. Peterson leading 5-1 with 40 seconds left in the second period. Another shot attempt by Peterson. Didn't get as deep this time. Trying for the firemen's here. No success. Staying on that left tricep of Seward's. Goes for a right side. Nice single on the right side by Peterson. Picked the right angle. Looked like he might be able to get some near fall, but Seward was able to roll back through onto his stomach. As we end this period, Peterson leads 7-1. Peterson of Moorhead leading Landon Seward of Alexandria. Seward chooses the bottom position, but Peterson elects to start in the neutral position, giving a 1-point escape to Seward as we start the third. 7-2 was the score. Seward with the shot attempt, tried a high crotch. Peterson battled it off. Another freight train double for Peterson. 3 times today he's done that. 3 times this match he's done it. Done a very good job. Coach is telling him to let him go again. Telling him to cut him. He's going to work for the major. He's up 7 right now. It's 9-2. He got a $1.25 remaining in the third. There's one for Seward. 9-3 is the score. Well, Peterson's looking for another takedown and then a ride out. Secure a major, get 4 points rather than 3. Another double, freight train. Got it. Just keep going back to the well if you got water in it. 11-3 Peterson with the 55 remaining. All right, they're telling Peterson to cut him again. We're out of bounds. 1-point escape. Nope, loss of control is not rewarded or not awarded. Okay, so now Peterson's going to let him up to start the restart here. 11-4. Peterson winning. Another freight train try. You got to like this. Seward is still trying to be aggressive. I mean, he's not blocking, and Peterson has just really dominated him on takedown, so very impressive. 2-point takedown, potentially dangerous. 13-4. Håkon Peterson leads with 18 seconds remaining. So Peterson's going to look for a ride out here. Up by 9. Finish strong in the top position. All right, that's going to be 4 more points for the Spuds. After the major decision by Håkon Peterson, 33-16 is the team score as we enter the 170-pound weight class. Alexandria will have Mason Teaser facing Jack Olstead of the Spuds. A little blood cleanup on the mat here, so a little delay. That being said, again, we're thank our sponsor of this Spuds TV broadcast, Muscatel Subaru. You can tune into Spuds TV online at spuds.tv. You can tune in on YouTube as well. They got a channel there, and I believe Facebook. A lot of different opportunities depending upon where you're at. 2 points for Teaser. He's got the cross face locked up. Near fall being counted. They're on the edge of the mat, so Teaser's got to be careful to try to keep him on the mat, or this is going to become an out-of-bounds situation. There's a fall. 27 seconds into the first period. Mason Teaser with the win. Extends the lead. 39-16 for Alexandria. right, it's a 23-point lead right now for Moorhead to win this. They're going to need pins in all 4 remaining matches. 182, Jack Newcomb gets a forfeit. There's the first 6 they needed. Now they're down by 17. 195 we go to. I got Jackson Safford of Alexandria facing off against Ashton Larry. Okay, we got Jackson Goda of the Spuds facing Gavin Fernholz. So Fernholz bumps up from 82. Goda bumps down from 220 to face off at 195. Definitely tell the weight difference between these 2 wrestlers. Goda, the heavier man, a little thicker. Fernholz, a little longer, a little more wiry. Goda working the Russian. Fernholz kept good head position, was able to fight it off. .55 seconds remaining, 0-0 in this match. Gavin Fernholz from Alexandria, he's a 10th grader, and Jackson Goda of Moorhead as a senior. .25 seconds remains. Double leg attempt by Goda, but fought off well by Fernholz. Oh, there's Goda. Snap down. Collecting near fall. Ooh. Time expires. 3-point near fall awarded. It is 5-0. Goda going to the second. Goda defers choice to the 3rd period. So Gavin Fernholz selects the down position, with Goda leading 5-0 to start the 2nd period. One-point escape to Gavin Fernholz. Scores 5-1. And again, nice lateral by Goda. Scoring more near fall. They need the pin on this. Fernholz fighting hard. There's the fall. The fall for Jackson Goda. 47 seconds into the 2nd period. Another 6 for the Spuds. And the score is 39-28. Alexandria in the lead with 2 weight classes remaining. At 220, I've got Luke Manham, an 8th grader, supposed to wrestle Jackson Goda, but Jackson Goda went at 195, so we'll find out who the Spuds put out here. Luke Manham for Alexandria. Ashton Larry bumps up to 220 from 95. And as I said, he bumps up. He lifts up Manham and takes him down. 2 points for the Spuds. Got a technical violation. Interlocking hands, 1 point goes to Manham of Alexandria, and then Larry lets him go. gives them the 1-point escape, so we have a tie score 2-2 with a minute 25 remaining in the first. Ashton Larry goes to a single, switches to the double. Very patient there as Manham had him locked up around the waist. He sat and waited on the hands to break. Once he did, spun in the right direction towards the feet, secures the takedown. Now he looks like he's working for a cradle. Well, lets that go. Try something else. Oh, ankle breakdown. 40 seconds remaining as they go out of bounds. 4-2. Ashton Larry in the lead. Larry chooses to let him up again, so award the 1-point escape. Larry up 4-3. Larry in on a double again. This time, Manham fighting it off. Larry's got his hands locked around Manham's right leg, not letting go. Manham trying to spin back behind, but Larry just will not let go. He's got a good lock on that. This might end up in a stalemate situation here. Both men still circling. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Stalemate call. 6 seconds on the clock. Ashton Larry is a junior. Was slated to wrestle at 195, but bumped up to 220. Manham is an 8th grader. Another takedown try by Larry to no avail. We end the period 4-3 with Larry in the lead. Alexandria defers choice. Choice goes to Larry of Moorhead. He chooses the bottom position. Manham gets high. Larry rolls him over. Larry has Manham on his back. And there's the fall. That was bang bang. All right, Spuds fans and wrestling fans. We got a change of fortunes here as we work ourselves into the final match of the night, 285-pound weight class. The Spuds have come with 18 straight points, a forfeit, and 2 pins to come within 5 points of the lead. David Rauscher of Alexandria, a 10th grader facing off against Jaden Coley, a senior. Coley gets the takedown 12 seconds into the period. Let's see what Coley works here. He's going to need the fall to win this thing. Tech is going to tie it, and he'll go to criteria. Coley working on the chop breakdown, trying to chop the right arm of Rauscher. Not much doing here. Rauscher maintaining a good base. Coley's got him flat now. Applying pressure down on him. Not much going on. Coley's working hard on top, but it's not able to work anything. Everyone on the Spud side standing up. I'm having trouble seeing what's going on here. Looks like he's got, looks like he's trying to work the far tricep. He's got a half. He's got a half it on the right side. He's got him turned over. Crowd's going crazy. Spuds are jumping up and down. It's near the out of bounds. 15 seconds remaining. Near fall has hit 5. Official Grant Mehring looking for the fall. 5 seconds remaining. Pin! 1 second remaining on the clock. Jaden Coley with the fall. 40-39 Spuds. What a way to end a triangular. Valiant comeback by the Moorhead Spuds, scoring 24 straight points to end the duel. Spuds win 40-39. 1 second remaining on the clock in the first period when that fall occurred. Well, that ended up being a good duel. Great night of wrestling tonight. Spuds lost one early on. Alex won one in between. And the Spuds secure one here at the end to finish the night off on a positive note. Thankful again for Muscatel Subaru for being the sponsor of this broadcast. Thankful of our team who's here with us, producing and camera. Thank you for joining us on this cold night. Not looking forward to getting in my car and going home, but look for us again the next time the Spuds wrestle here at home on Spuds TV. Corey Herlichson signing off. Thank you and have a good night.